Oh, it was Power here to review the Kamen Rider Ghost DX GanGun Saber. So this is the main side weapon of Kamen Rider Ghost himself. Obviously the contents include, I think, both halves of the GanGun Saber and the Musashi Ghost icon, which is the the item incentive, the gimmick incentive to make you get this thing. Obviously, the saber itself doesn't interact with the icon, but that doesn't mean that they can try to find ways of making you buy it. So yeah, here's the Musashi Ghost icon itself. Obviously the same base, just now in red. QR code for Gamma Raising 03. Black Iris. The tag, I'll just call it the tag. Obviously we get the transformation face 01 Musashi. The pin for the Ghost Driver. Now for each panel, the number 01. So it's the first one of the historical figures, or great figures. Transformation face, obviously two swords crossed. And the Omega Drive, just two swords swinging, I guess. Yeah, so let's take a look at this in the Ghost Driver. So, obviously, open the Ghost Driver XL. Making the number state. So there we get the transformation of Musashi Damashi. Really like the Japanese sounding sounds in there. And the sword sounds obviously really works. Obviously we got our two finishers. No, I forgot to mention, I really do like the Omega Drive goes through all 7 LED colors. And the Omega. Yeah, that's basically it. Accidentally canceled the Oyasumi, sadly. Yeah, again, this doesn't interact with anything. It's just, an incentive to make you buy the toy. But, yeah. So here we have the GanGun Saber right here. I really like the design of it overall. This is the main mode of the GanGun Saber, which I think is supposed to be like more of like a broadsword. Or like a it's a double-bladed sword. But, like, I think it's honestly one of the best looking like side weapons side swords we've gotten and such. Like, I really do like all the detail that's contained within the GanGun Saber. A lot of silver and teal blue paint and such. And this is like similar translucent plastic to the cover of the Ghost Driver. Then we got the traditional orange. And we have this huge spot for transformations and such. A release button, a button, trigger button. Then we got the Ghost Rider symbol, and then we got again the double blades, which I really like. And I do really like how the majority of the details are carried out to the back. Like the tubing isn't, and this is where the speakers are going to be and such. Yeah, another release button right here. This is actually a release button, which I think is really clever. Battery compartments here. It requires 2 AAA batteries. Again, this is a release button for you to just fold the gun down like so. This is a release button for you to pull out the back half of the sword and such. But obviously we will get to all that stuff later. On-off switch right here. This is the LED portion. This portion does not have LEDs, and I think it only emits from this half and not the entire thing. So in this mode, you only have the singular attack, and it's an orange LED to signify Oridamashi. And you might think that's it. However, to initiate the finishers, kind of continuing off a drive with like the driver compatibility, if you do an eye contact with Ghost Driver and the GanGun Saber, so connect the eyes together like so, but I'll show the LED, but I need to show the LED, so I'll just do it really awkwardly. So here's the weapon standby. Obviously it will continue on until we press the trigger. So there we get the Omega Break. So basically how the finisher works obviously is that there's a magnet within this section of the Ghost Driver, and you basically just align the two like so. Or you're supposed to align the GanGun Saber up to the driver. I really do appreciate this also has a 7 LED color, or LED light and such. So let's change this to the second mode, which is the gun mode for Edison Damashi. So we're simply going to press this back button and hold down the handle, so then you hold it like a gun. You want to press the release button like so and slide the top portion or the back portion of the saber out. And then you want to flip it around, so then this part is now the like barrel. And now we're in gun mode. So we actually do have two firing sounds. Obviously it's yellow signifying Edison. And for the Omega Drive, so the finisher there is the Omega Shoot. Then for our third mode, we're going to straighten this back up and then release the back half of the saber. Because now we're in the dual sword mode. I forgot the Japanese term. The Nitoyu? Something like that. Sorry. So then you're going to take the back half and then you're going to spread this back piece like so. So then this becomes a sword itself, which then again gives you the dual sword thing, which I think is really cool. It's surprisingly the same length and such. It's obviously really thin compared to this thing, because this is really thick and this is thin. I just like this more as a stick thing. But other than that, you do get another two sounds. So yeah, obviously red signifying Musashi, and obviously this thing doesn't do anything. So, Mega Drive. Oops. So there you get a Mega Slash. And then the last and fourth form, the fourth and last form, we're going to need to fold this back in, which you need to press these release buttons and then fold this back in like so, because you can just force it. I kind of made mine so you can just kind of force it, but I don't recommend that. Please use these buttons. And then you're going to stick the back half into the end of the saber. And then now you get the Naginata mode. Obviously, a two-bladed mode. Obviously, having a blade on the top and bottom. And it's, you know, it's pretty long. Definitely. It's about as the frame wide and such. And, you know, this one doesn't have a specific form because he uses this in Origami 2. However, the LED is blue. So, make drive or die Kai gun. You get the Omega Stream. And then to transform it back into the sword mode, just simply press the release button up here, down here, and slide it back like so. Yeah. So that's basically it with the GanGun Saber. And I just want to make sure this is framed correctly. And I think this is a really fun side weapon. Just the fact you get 4 modes out of it. Just the way it interacts with the Ghost Driver. It's really fun overall. And I forgot to state this with the gun mode, because I didn't really specify the gun mode. But the gun mode's definitely my favorite out of the 4 modes. I just think the shape of it's really interesting. I don't know, I just really like flipping this piece over. And like, I just really like flipping it over and such. It's really satisfying. The 2 sword mode and the Naginata mode, I was like, the Naginata mode is probably like my second to least favorite. Like, it's not bad. And like, but like the dual sword mode, like, I get what they're doing. I really do like the fact this thing does become another weapon. But it's just like, there's not much to it and such. And I like the basic like look of it overall. Obviously, as you can see, there's like 3 other connection ports to this toy. Obviously, we will cover those later. But again, just like the Ghost Driver, this thing by itself is a really nice package. Like, I think you get a lot out of it. And obviously, like, the Musashi Ghost icon at this point is like kind of just a bonus to it and such. So obviously, I do recommend, like, obviously if you don't want the GanGun Saber, you can just try to track down the icon itself. I had to get the 2 separately because I think when I initially was trying to get it together, it got canceled on me on Mandarake. But I think I got this for, I think about like $16 at best. This was for 10, this was for 6. And then I forgot to state, the Ghost Driver I did pick up, again, off of Kotetsu Toys Japan for like $40. So, yeah. I basically said everything I wanted to say, so that'll have to do with this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave people.